Today on Studio G, the midterm Nevada elections are over and we have the results.
And an insight on UNLV parking fee increase for the upcoming school year.
Plus, we will take a look at your weather for the week. All this and more, Studio G starts right now.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Studio G. I'm Randy Fainrich.
And I'm Kelsey McFarland.
Elections are over and Nevada Republicans swept the top offices while Brian Sandoval remained governor. And other hot topics for election night. Nevada now has a Court of Appeals helping with the 2,500 appeals the Supreme Court receives per year. Plus, Nevadans vote against the margins tax, which supported the education initiative by taxing businesses with a revenue of at least $1 million.
The World Trade Center reopens 13 years after 9/11. The 104-story skyscraper is being called the most secure and tallest office building in America. One World Trade Center is leasing 60% of their spaces to companies. With 3,000 employees expected to move in next year, the tower was built with steel-reinforced concrete, which is said to be terrorist attack proof.
Terminally ill Brittany Maynard takes her own life. She was suffering from brain cancer and moved from Northern California to Oregon, where she was legally able to use self-euthanization. Maynard ended her life November 1st at age 29. Washington, Montana, Vermont, and New Mexico are the 4 other states that allow patients to seek help with their death.
Looks like we have a new sheriff in town. Joe Lombardo, previously Clark County's assistant sheriff, won last night's state elections for sheriff. Reporter Elena Ledbetter spoke with him before the elections to find out why he's the best for his position.
Protecting our community is not something I take lightly.
At number 2 in the chain of command, Assistant Sheriff Joe Lombardo believes he's most qualified to lead Metro.
Now that he is our Clark County Sheriff, we can see Metro reaching those goals under Lombardo's command.
If you've been on the UNLV campus, you know parking can be a headache. With fees set to increase for a parking permit next year, students are becoming more frustrated with the difficulty of finding available parking on campus, a problem the UNLV Parking Authority is well aware of.
Parking has actually been a challenge this semester.
McDowell says the proposed project should go to the Nevada System of Higher Education Board of Regents by the end of the year or next spring for approval.
I guess it's no secret that parking has been an issue. I'm just happy to hear that they're acknowledging it.
I think they've been acknowledging it for so long, and it just seems as if there's never a solution. But I mean, that's any campus you go to across the country. Parking's always just a hassle.
Right. If we compare it to these big ones, it's really nothing for us. Coming up after the break, international and national news with Kathleen DeMunch.
And Michael Sanchez will give you a look at our weather. Stay tuned.
The Las Vegas community has been battling a drought for quite some time now, but as cooler weather rolls in, storms are expected to move our direction, which may bring some rain. Much of the Southwest has been under a dry spell, and here in the valley, as water levels at Lake Mead drop, Las Vegas is stepping up and trying to conserve water. Despite the population spike, water use has dropped to 40% in the past 2 decades. Let's toss it over to Mike for an official look at our forecast. Mike?
Hello there, everyone. I'm Michael Sanchez bringing you your weather. That's all the weather I have for you today. There's a lot going on around the world. Reporter Kathleen DeMonch has more with international and national news.
Good afternoon, I'm Kathleen DeMunch with your international and national news. When we come back from the break, we will have the future star player of UNLV's men's basketball. We'll be right back.
The Las Vegas Convention Center helped an estimated 50,000 attendees at Mr. Olympia's Fitness and Performance Expo this year. Nikaya Berry tells us about the growing fitness trend.
Olympia's Fitness and Performance Expo is a gold mine for free health and wellness vitamins and supplements.
To attend next year's Mr. Olympia Expo, go to MrOlympia.com. Now, being an athlete that competes with just their physique is much different than the athlete we have as our special guest today. Randy, who do you have over there?
Thanks, Kelsey. I'm sitting here with the Mountain West preseason freshman of the year, Rashad Vaughn. Rashad, thanks for being here, man.
Welcome.
Tonight is an exhibition game against Florida International. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock, I believe, and it's going to be a fun season. Coming up after the break, fighting for our country. We hear from one soldier's girlfriend about what it's like to have someone so close to you protecting the country. Stay tuned.
For some, love is just a four-letter word, but for one couple, it's a journey about going the distance and never giving up. Reporter Adara DePaulis has the story.
Before he left, we were laying in bed one night, and I asked him, I was like, "Are you scared?" He's like, "Of course I'm scared. I'm going to be deployed. I'm going to."
In the meantime, Alexa is planning out her next special care package that she'll be sending to Kevin. Well,
Amazing.
That's a touching
It
story,
is.
and they're really strong to be able to do that.
Yeah. You just gotta tip your cap. I mean, there's no amount of words you can express to say how thankful you are for soldiers that are fighting for our country, fighting for our protection, and we take everything so much for granted. And you know, and he's over there risking everything for his family.
Yeah, and he has so many loved ones at home, giving him that extra support.
Amazing.
That's all the news we have for you today. I'm Kelsey McFarland.
And I'm Randy Fainrich. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of Studio G.
Have a great day, Las Vegas.